Hello, my creative prep artists. Today we are going to be creating snakes slithering through the grass. This project is going to introduce to you the technique of weaving. Weaving is a pattern where we are slipping paper in and out of other paper. And sometimes we can use yarn to create weaving. But today we are going to be using our beautiful colors of paper. What you will have at your table is a piece of green paper with some slits cut in it. The very first thing I need you to do is please, with a pencil, write your name, class, and number. Then flip your paper over. The first thing you're going to do is create your grass texture. I'm going to choose some dark green, some golden color. This one's also kind of golden, and maybe a light green. These colors will be in a separate cup in your material box. These are the colors we will use for the grass. When I am creating the texture of my grass, I'm going to create long lines, like branches of my grass. Up and down on your paper, towards the top of your paper where you have these black lines. Do a few lines for each color. Light green, boys and girls, notice how I'm drawing up, picking up my crayon, bringing it back down, and drawing another line. I'm just drawing straight lines and not scribbles. Straight lines. Up, pick up my crayon, come back down to the bottom. And let's do a little bit more of this golden color. Great, I have added the colors in my grass. Please make sure these colors go back into the grass colors cup. The next thing you're going to do is on the side of your paper where you will see these black ticks, we are going to cut a zigzag pattern. But notice how there are slits already cut into your paper. We want our grass to have pointy tops to them. So I am going to cut little triangles that free these papers from each other. So each of the pieces will have a pointy top to them. So I'm cutting these diagonal cuts to free these pieces from the paper. At the end, we're going to have lots of little triangles. All right, boys and girls. Now all of my pieces of grass are free. They have the tops of them cut off, and now I can separate them nicely. Now we need to begin making our snakes. So I'm going to put my grass aside and grab 2 pieces of my colored snake paper. On my snakes, I can create different patterns that we know how to create with our lines. So I could maybe make a zigzag on one snake with maybe some circles in the middle of it. Again, I'm using my oil pastel crayons that are in my material bucket to create these different patterns. Maybe a curly line on this snake. I wonder if these are dangerous snakes or they're friendly snakes. I think it depends on their patterns, so make sure and add lots of good patterns to your snakes. maybe some dash lines. Okay, I've added patterns and I'd like for you to make them really pretty, but I'm doing them quite quickly. The next thing I'd like you to do is let's cut a head onto our snake. I'm going to cut almost like a triangle at the top of my paper and maybe create a neck for my snake. So I cut a triangle and 2 curves for the neck. And I'm also going to give him a pointy tail by cutting some long triangles off of the back of my paper. So I cut a short triangle on the front and a long triangle on the back. Let me show you that one more time with my yellow snake. Cut a little triangle, a U, and another U, and then on the back, cut really long triangles. Okay, boys and girls, now I've got my 2 snakes that I'm going to use. They both have some beautiful patterns, and I am ready to make them slither through the grass. Bringing my grass back, I am going to take one snake, and it is going to go this direction. And it's going to start going behind the frond of grass, and in front, and in front, and behind. It is slithering through the grass. Every other piece of grass, it is going to go in front of or behind. Every other one, we are creating a pattern. Ooh, sneaky in the grass. Sneaky snake. The next snake, I'm going to start going the opposite direction. And this time, I want him to sneak past the other snake. So he's going to go behind the grass that the other snake is in front of. So he is trying to be sneaky next to the other snake because the snakes are so sly. They are very quiet and secretive. My snake goes behind the grass that the other snake is in front of, slithering through. And this one, we get to see his head on this side. Boys and girls, you'll be able to add 4 different snakes to your grass. And remember, they are so sneaky. They are always in front of the grass that the other snake is behind. So, when you are finished, boys and girls, your snakes should be slithering past each other unnoticed. So the ones that are behind this grass are going to be in front of this grass. And then you do the opposite for the next one. And again, so you should see grass, snake, grass, snake. And on the next frond, I should see grass, snake, grass, snake. The last thing you'll do is, at the end, you will take a stick of glue that's in your material box and carefully glue down your snake along the edge here. Okay, boys and girls, when you head to your table, do not forget to write your name, class, and number on the back, and then begin your texture of the grass, cutting the tops of the grass, decorating your snakes, and begin making them slither through the grass. All right, boys and girls, let's head to our tables and get started.